Thank you, Gampel. It's great being back in here. Obviously, playing at home here, coming off of playing in two of the, tougher environments in the league or, it was great to get back in here. I think we, played, minus maybe losing those 50-50 balls, which is uncharacteristic of us. And then obviously the issues we had on the backboard, which has never been an issue until really this last 4-game stretch. Just thought it was two really high-level teams. We knew that they were playing like the team they were projected to be in the preseason coming in, and I just thought our guys were able to really get past two disappointing performances, turn off the outside negative noise, and just as a program move forward and get an important win.
And what was the mindset of Adam? He seemed a little more determined, and you guys rode him.
Yeah, I mean, he was disappointed, obviously, in the Providence performance. He was productive against Xavier, but his defense wasn't there, and so he was coming off of back-to-back subpar games, and really, I mean, reality of this whole thing is you win because you have guys playing like players of the year, first teamers, and Adama looked like the player of the year in the league. He obviously had the extra motivation coming into the game with things that were said about him, and at some point, and that was played and discussed, and he made his statement on the court.
Dan, I know that over here. Dan, I know that Adama obviously paced UConn down the stretch offensively, but this was sort of the game where it seemed like you had a bit more of a plan to put the ball in the basket in the second half. What changed between the last two games?
Yeah, I mean, we've been putting the ball in the basket the whole year. I don't know that we did a whole lot different besides, I think Adama did a better job of getting it in position. I think we were, more aware that we've got to get him the ball a lot. I didn't think we settled for some of the bad threes we did in, the last two games. Our identity is to get him the ball. Obviously, Kalkbrenner's a tough guy to score on, but I mean, the Big East is tougher for us. I mean, we're a team that moves and we run guys off screens and when it gets a little bit choppier for us in the Big East, because of the how physical the games are and how hard it is to cut and move as opposed to non-conference and NCAA tournament where they call a lot more.
Yeah, I know only a couple of guys have been here for the 2.5 seasons of the Big East, but do you think it was sort of important to kind of get over this hurdle of Creighton? And because a couple of guys said yesterday that it sort of was, or was it just more important just getting a win, any win today?
I mean, again, I don't want to go back through this again. I mean, when I see Creighton, I have an incredible fondness. I mean, again, beating them in the NCAA tournament for me was, got me to a place like this. So maybe they obviously feel differently, because they've never been on that side of it. But this is a completely, different team. So I didn't really feel that type of angst or pressure from them. I think they just losing 2 in a row when the season's been a joyride is jarring. And, obviously that might have added a little bit of pressure, but I didn't really see it. They weren't wearing it. And I love to play that program. It was, Greg's an excellent coach. They have potentially a team that's going to win this league or at least compete for it. They have a deep run NCAA tournament team. So I'm.
Yeah, Coach, there were plenty of stretches where it felt like the defense was back to where it was before the last few games. How encouraging was that for you?
Yeah, I thought we started to do it against Providence. We just fouled. Obviously, we fouled a lot early here today. Some really bad discipline ones. But yeah, I mean, our identity is it's elite defense. It's top 5 defense. Our defense has slipped. When it slipped, we lost. So what makes teams special is when they're super efficient at both ends of the court. When our defense is on point. And we do what we're supposed to on the backboard, which again has been an issue. We have a number of people that could beat you at the offensive end. So.
And going off that, can you talk about the job defensively on Kalkbrenner and how personally did Adama and Donovan take that assignment, and how do you think they did?
Yeah, I mean, they did take it personal. I mean, I just don't think you want, I mean, for us, we don't want our players talking like negatively about other teams or other programs, and that bothered Adama. I think it bothered everyone. I mean, we don't, we don't want our guys to, we don't want to build a name for themselves by speaking negatively about others. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, we looked at the quote. We played the clip yesterday, and again, Adama was in kill mode today anyway. So I mean, how much of a factor was it? Maybe one more jump hook. I don't know. Maybe kill. I mean, he was the difference in the game. He looked like the best player in the league, and that's why we've been. That's why we're potentially a top team. When you got the best player in your league, and a couple other guys that are like first team level guys like Jordan and Andre, now you could win the league or at least compete for it.
Dan, can you describe what Adama looks like, what it's like to be around him when he's in, as you say, kill mode or out to make a statement like he was today?
I mean, number one, he's coming over to you and telling you what to do on offense, the plays that he wants called for him. And it's like, yes, Adama. Wait, where do you want it again? He's been seething the last couple days. I mean, he's been, the will of that man. It's like, poke a koala bear or poke a, what's another type of teddy bear? But poking a grizzly or a Kodiak bear, like that's the wrong guy to poke because he's a rare person in terms of his his will and his just internal toughness. So.
You only had 5 turnovers today. How important was that?
I mean, that was great. Kalkbrenner, man, he causes so many problems for you offensively. I mean, it's like hard to get a 2, man. It's like they're so unique defensively, and they're excellent defensively. So obviously our assist total was much lower than it's been. They kind of turned us into one-on-one players, and we did the same thing to them. I don't know with how great an offense they run and the quality of offensive players that they have, to hold them to 5 assists as a team with 13 turnovers. We're able to take them out of a lot of what they wanted to do, and it just felt like a Big East championship type of game. 2 teams vying for a regular season, 2 teams in a Big East semi or a Big East final. Just, I mean, that was a bloodbath out there.
Coach, the last couple games you said you guys have kind of almost folded in the second half. What was different today that you guys were able to withstand that run and then battle all the way back?
I think adversity is just good. I mean, it's like going through adversity and tough times. I mean, if you're not soft and you keep preparing and you keep working and you take a look in the mirror as a head coach and as the players and don't blame, complain, or defend, and you just lock in. Those losses at Providence and Xavier are going to make us better. We hadn't been in games like that. I mean, we've been blowing teams away, and the first time that we got into those tight games down the stretch, we didn't respond. And today we went on runs. When they took the 1-point lead, we responded. When they got it, down to 6, we responded. And we responded in part because we just, played in 2 brutal environments versus 2 really good teams. Anybody else? All right. Thank you.